And we're back. Woo! Yeah, hula shark. Um, sweet ke aloha dashboard hula doll. Oh, it's supposed to put on my dashboard on my car. Ow! He escaped. Ah! Ah! Get him! He escaped. Ah! Got him. Anyways, all right. Thanks for watching. So we're back, and we just helped you learn synthetic division, which is awesome. Now we're going to show you the remainder theorem or the factor theorem to determine if the given factor is a factor or not, right? And so number 11, x minus 1, is x minus 1 a factor or not? So we can use synthetic division, pretty easy to do that. You can also just plug it in as well. There's kind of two ways to do it there, right? There's two ways to do it. And so for number 11, we'll actually show you by plugging it in. So we take x minus 1, we set it equal to 0. We add 1 to the other side. So x equals 1, we're going to plug that into the equation. If we get a y value of 0, that means yes, it is a factor. If we get any other number, then no, it's not a factor. So we're going to plug 1 in. Ready? Just plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. So 1 to the 4th power minus 3 times 1 to the 3rd power plus 6 times 1 squared minus 12 times 1 plus 8. Wayo. So then let's turn all those 1s into a different color to show you that we plugged in x equals 1 everywhere we saw an x, right? We saw an x there and there and there and there. Okay, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just a 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 1 squared is 1 plus 6. And then negative 12 times 1 is minus 12, and then plus 8. So let's combine those. Let's see here. So we have 6 plus 8. So 6 plus 8 is 14. And then 14 minus 12 is 2. And then we have a 1 and a minus 3. So plus 1, minus 3. And that's 3 minus 3, which is 0. And so, is it a factor? Yes, it's a factor. Why is it a factor? Because we got a remainder of 0. Got a remainder of 0. We could have done synthetic division or long division. You still would have got a remainder of 0. So give that idea a try for number 12. So not a positive 2, but a negative 2 is what you're going to use. And everywhere you see an x, you're going to go ahead and plug it in there. Did you get 0 or did you get any other number? If you got 0, then yes. If you got any other number, then it's no. Right? Okay, so then do not use calculator or show all work for credit. Use long division or synthetic division, whatever you're better at, and or factoring to write 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 2x in completely factored form, given that x plus 2 is a factor. So I like using synthetic division. So we set our factor equal to 0 and make it into a root. And so we get x equals negative 2. So I'm going to use negative 2 now, upside down house. So we have a 3, a 2, a 1, and I guess technically we're missing a 0, but it shouldn't matter. So we take the 3, we take the 5, and we take the negative 2, and we do synthetic division. And then we'll factor our answer. So bring down the 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 and 5 is a negative 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Wayo, we got a remainder of 0. So 1 power less. Oh, do we need to do another 0? I guess we could. I don't think it matters, but because then you do negative 2 times 0 is just 0, and we still get a 0. So 1 power less, though, 1 power less. So what's 1 power less? 1 power less is x to the 2nd power, and then x, and then plus 0. Cool. So that is our answer. But now we need a completely factored form. So that means we have another factor, x plus 2, that we bring down, our original one. And then I feel like this can probably factor more, right? Don't need that 0. So that can probably factor more is what we need to do there. So how do we factor that more? Let's take a look how we factor that more. We can pull out an x. So divide an x out. Let's write it over here. So we have x plus 2. And then we have 3x squared minus x. So we're going to go ahead and pull an x out. That's our GCF. And when we pull an x out, we're left with 3x minus, what's x divided by x? Not 0. What's 1 divided by 1? 2 divided by 2? 3 divided by 3? Just a 1. Good, don't forget that. Okay, so now we have all of our factors. So completely in factored form. So completely in factored form, right? Now part B says find all the zeros of what we just did. So this is part B next. So we just take each of those and we set them equal to 0. Minus 2 the other side, members. So we get a negative 2 as one of our zeros. We also set this one equal to 0. So we also get x equals 0 as one of our roots. And then 3x minus 1, we have to add 1 to the other side. So we get 3x equals 1. And then we divide by 3. So we get x equals 1/3 as one of our other roots. And those are our 3 roots. So factor, synthetic division, then factor, GCF factoring, and then set them all equal to 0. So you give it a try now. You try number 14. Try number 14 on your own. Find all the zeros. Try number 15 on your own. There's not really that many problems to practice on, so I don't want to do all these problems for you because I'm worried that you won't have enough practice. I will let you know that you will have some I's in your answer for number 15, right? You will have some I's in your answer there. So try 15, try 16. Good. Maybe I'll help you with 17. Maybe try to help you with 17. Maybe we'll do 15. Let me see. Yeah, let's help you with 17 actually. 15 will have some I's in your answer, just so you know. Because you have to set it equal to 0. And you have to like minus, I think it's like you have to minus 4 to the other side and then square root it. And it's a negative 4. Yeah, plus or minus 2i. Okay, so determine if it's a factor or not, right? So we go ahead and use opposite sign. So negative 2, and we plug it in there. So negative 2 to the 3rd power minus 3 times negative 2 squared minus 7 times negative 2 plus 6. There we go. And so we plugged in, wherever we see an x, we plugged in a negative 2 in there, okay? So negative 2 is positive 4 times negative 2 is a negative 8. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a 4. So that's going to be a negative 12. Negative 7 times negative 2 is a positive 14 plus 6. And so 14 and 6 is 20. And negative 8 and negative 12 is also a negative 20. And when you add those two together, you get 0. When you add all those together, you get 0. So we're going to say, yes, it is a factor. We got a remainder of 0. And so, yes, or we have a y value of 0, right? X value is negative 2. And so y value is 0. And so then, yes, it is an x-intercept. Yes, it is a root. And it is a factor. So it is a factor. Whoa! Yeah. Okay, use synthetic division or long division. So we're going to use a negative 2, upside down house. We have an invisible 1, a negative 3, a negative 7, and a 6. Right? We're just using the numbers, no letters. So 1, negative 3. Pause me. You better pause me. Better try it on your own. Try it on your own. I'm waiting. So bring down the 1. Negative 2 times 1 is a negative 2. Negative 2 and negative 3 is a negative 5. Just combine them. Multiply, combine them. Multiply, combine them. So negative 2 times 1 is a negative 2, and then we combine it. Negative 2 times negative 5 is a positive 10. With the negative 7 is 3, and negative 2 is 3 is negative 6. See, yes, it is a factor. We got a remainder of 0. So then 1 power less, 1 power less. So what's less than 3? X squared minus 5x plus 3. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, man. So what does that mean? Can we factor that? No, we can't factor that. So we have one of our factors, which is x plus 2. We have another factor. So those are going to be our factors, right? That's completely factored form. That's the answer to B. That's the answer to B. But now, find all the zeros. You're going to have to use the quadratic formula. So you pause me, and you try it on your own. You try it on your pause me. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared plus a negative 4ac all over 2a. Oh man, quadratic formula. Okay, so pause me, try it on your own. So we have a 1 for our a value. We have b is negative 5 and c is 3. I told you it's going to happen. A equals 1. B is equal to negative 5. C is equal to 3. So x equals a negative 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared plus a negative 4ac. A is 1. C is 3. All over 2a, where a is a 1. Woo! Okay, so then we get x equals negative is a positive 5 plus or minus. Negative 5 squared is 25 plus negative 4 times 1 times 3 is negative 12 all over 2a, which is 2. So then we're finding the zeros right now. Find the zeros. So one of the zeros is easy, right? One of the zeros is just a negative 2. But what's our other zeros? So our other zeros is this guy. 25 minus 12 is 13. So we get x equals a 5 plus radical 13 over 2. And x equals 5 minus radical 13 over 2. Woo! There's our zeros. We had to use the quadratic formula for that one. Ugh. There's our zeros. So you practice again. Keep practicing these. So number 19, where x and y are non-zero numbers. So they just want you to reduce it. Do you remember how to reduce this? Do you remember how to reduce it? Do you remember? So we have 8 and all over x to the 5th power. So you add the powers. Add the powers. So 5 plus 13. No, you try on your own. I'm waiting. You got to be able to do this eventually on ACTs. Get you into college. So x to the 18, y to the 7th power, good. On the bottom we have 16, x to the 6, y to the 14, whoa. So that means that 7 of them are gone, and that reduces to 7. Because you have 14 on the bottom, cancel 7 on the top. And then you have 18 on the top, which is going to cancel because 18 minus 6 is 12. So we get 8x to the 12. The y's are gone, all over 16. The x's are gone. Yeah, and then 18, divide by 8. Divide by 8. Yeah. I hope you paused me and tried this on your own. X to the 12 over 2. And I don't see that as an answer. What happened? I don't see that as an answer. What happened? Oh. We have a y to the 7th power we forgot. We forgot the y to the 7th power. Good. What else did we forget? Let me see. So, oh, we forgot a 6. 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. And so 16 goes into 48. Wow. Divided by 16, divided by 16. So 48 divided by 16, I think is that a 3? Yeah, that becomes a 3. So we have, so there's no 2, there's a 3, x to the 12th power. All divided by y to the 7th. Wow, toughie, guys. That was a toughie. Thanks for watching. Peace out and see you soon. Thanks for watching.